Figured out one thing about the auto body business. You never know what you're going to be painting, and especially here on this channel, you guys know that I've done a wide variety of stuff. So this here is a very, very bright, brilliant, hot pink, and anyone that's been around these colors know that they fade out like crazy. So this car was painted years back. The owner had this car painted, fully done inside and out, and it's been fading through the years. So we have some repairs we're going to do to this one here. And I'm gonna do this one with you guys because there's gonna be a lot of matching of the paint because we do not have a coat on this one. So we're gonna try all our steps that we have to do to get a good match. We're putting a new bumper on it and we're doing some repair work on the top. So check out the jams here. Look how much more vibrant that inside cut-in is on the jam against that fender there. So this here fender was done, not by us, but you guys can see there that they hardlined the tape and the color does not match, but they were trying to match it, and it looks like they did a blend, because if you follow this here color, watch it. You'll see it start to lose out here, and then it gets faded right there by the hood. So I'm hoping that we're gonna be able to do obviously a better job than that, but we're gonna be painting the top part here of this sail panel. This was starting to delam, the clear was coming off, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing here fixed up, and we do have a new bumper on it. So just look at the differences in the color. I'll take you guys to the other side and show you. But look here at this quarter. It looks like it might have had some work done to it. And then right there on the door is faded out, as well as up here. Look how much lighter it is on the top. And it looks like they even put a wrap on the top of this thing. So we got quite a bit of dealing with here with different colors, and we have to put a bumper on it. So I'm gonna try to get this side to match, as well as the other side that we're painting. So this shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if I'll take my color all the way down here. I may, but we'll see once we get into it. So we'll get this thing prepped out, we'll get it in the booth, and we'll see what we got to do to get this color dialed in. All right, so we got the quarter panel prepped out. We went ahead and blocked it with a 400 on the Fest tool, refined it with 600, and then did our blend panel with the 800. Now we're gonna go ahead and prep out our aftermarket bumper. All right, so we've got it all prepped out, and now we're gonna go ahead and get it in the booth. And what I wanted to do this one with you guys for is because I wanted to show you guys what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Some of the times you might not have a color code, but you have to do whatever it takes to get those jobs out of the shop. So when you're looking at your color, you wanna make sure that you check the sides of the car that you're gonna be painting. So we're putting a bumper on this one. So that means that we have to match up both quarter panels. I had some of you guys ask me what I do when somebody paints the car the wrong color. I try to get it as close as I can for them, but I focus on the side that I need to match, and I like to go with the side that obviously wasn't painted. So let's go ahead and get this thing in here, and we'll show you guys some of the steps that I do. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can actually shoot this one with the color and see what the camera brings. So in these shops, when you deal with one of the bigger companies, they usually give you a camera in your shop. That way they do not have to bring it out. Years ago, nobody really had the cameras, and they would come out to your shop with the camera because they're very, very expensive. But nowadays, technology has changed, and most of the shops have their own camera in it. So we do know that red and white make pink, but I want to take a camera shot first to see how close we can get in the ballpark. That way, if we have to do some tinting, at least we're a little bit closer. So we may not get nothing on it, but that's why I want to do this one live with you guys. That way you can see what I have to deal with. All right, so the first side that I'm going to shoot is going to be this side here, because this is the one that we are going to be panel painting. And that will let me know if we're actually going to be even close with a reading on this one. So go ahead, put your camera on, and this is a solid color. So we're not gonna have to worry about too much with the flop and all that stuff like that, because this just is a solid pink. So this one here will take 5 shots. You gotta make sure you clean it really good. Hold it steady, not like that there, to get it to pick up the reading, because if you move it, it'll start back over and you won't get a good reading. So let's go ahead, get our shots, see what we got once we put it into the computer, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we went ahead and plugged it in. We go to the rapid match on here, and we're not gonna have a code, so we're gonna run that as a wild card to see if there's anything in the system that's going to be even relevantly close to this one. So it takes a second for it to load up the information from the camera and put it back into the computer. So we'll give it here a second, we'll see what we get. And there we go, we got a reading on it. So wish us luck on this one. All right, so we've got it in here. You see the pink. We're gonna go ahead and run it as a wild card. It did pick up that it is a solid color. So we do have something in here, luckily. And this is out of a Piaggio. It looks like it's some type of an Italian color. And we've got a number 8, which isn't great, but that's gonna get us somewhere in the ballpark on that. And that's gonna be the side that we have to panel paint. So we can adjust it. So we might just see what it does here. Sometimes you're able to adjust the color, but don't forget, we still have to worry about the other side as well. So let's go ahead, mix up some of the adjusted and see what we get for a starting point with this color. All right, so we've got our color mixed up, and that one took all varieties of red. So we started out with a 400, which is our white, and then we added in some magenta, some of the Bordeaux, and some of the darker reds. And then we added in a little bit of that trace black that I showed you guys they use a lot to darken colors. So first thing I want to let you know is when you're doing a color like this, make sure you go with a lighter color sealer, because you're not going to want to go with a dark color in case that color is not very good with coverage. You'll pick up that dark sealer. So we do have to seal the bumper. So we're going to go ahead and mix up a light gray sealer, put some sealer on the bumper, spray our card, check it to that side, and see where we're at. All right, so we sprayed our card, and we're gonna go ahead and check it now to the side that we did the camera shot on. So go ahead, pull up your plastic, and let's see what we got here for a match. And look at that, we got a beautiful match with the camera starting out with, but you guys know that this side was different from the other side. So let's go over there and check that side out. Now that we know we've got our color good for our panel paint, we're gonna go ahead and adjust it and check it out for the other side. And I know that this isn't gonna match over there, and I'll show you guys that now. All right, so let's go ahead now and check this side with the color that we started out with. And look at that right there, how different that side is from that side. So we knew that right away just by looking in here. This is the original color of the vehicle that they painted it. And then this side here must have had some work done to it. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and get this color tinted out. And you guys can see here that we're a lot darker. So what I'm gonna do is add some white in it, and I think I'm gonna add a little bit of the mustard yellow in it just to give it that yellowy look to it. And we'll go ahead and spray half of this card with the new color, so that way we can get this side matching well. So even though we didn't do this car originally, we still wanna give them a nice job. That way their bumper matches on both sides of the vehicles. And I started out on that side because that's the one that we're gonna be panel painting. And I'll be able to take my new color and put a little bit here, maybe even dilute it just to blend it out nicely to get this bumper to match perfect to this side. So we want to get that side first matched, and then we're going to come over here, play with our color, and get it done. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, so you see there's the line where we put the new color on compared to the old one, a lot yellower and a lot muddier looking than that Vivid or Pink. So now we're more in the Pepto-Bismol stages. So let's take it over here and look at it. And right away, you guys can see that that looks a lot better than what we had here. So what I think I'm gonna do with this one here now is add a little bit more white in it and milk it out just a little bit, but that'll be all we need to do to this. We'll go ahead, we'll put a little bit of the color right here on the edge. Well, I think the job came out nice considering what we're dealing with here. We have a lot of faded paint. We also have some repair work that was done. So we did go above and beyond to try to give this customer back a nice quality job. And you could tell that they cared about this car because when they bought it new, they had this thing dismantled. And you guys see when we had the bumper off, they went ahead and painted all the way underneath, and all around the jambs under the trunk has been sprayed. So they do care about this car, so we wanted to go the extra mile to give them a nice quality job. That way their bumper doesn't look like it's standing out. And it's funny that we're doing this job today because it is National Women's Day when this video is gonna be airing. And we gotta love them women out there. So let me know what you guys think of this car all finished up and how the match looks. And we'll see you guys on the next one.